other Mickey Mouse utility can? Not here. Okay, Mickey Mouse utility, some examples, Disneyland ones, okay? I mean, those not ranked the top 100, maybe they could. We are top 100, we can't. Okay. I know some courses that you take, you just write the formula, you get full marks, am I right? Yes or no? I can't enforce that on them. Okay, any questions regarding the marking? Are we good? Okay, we are good. So I have to don't save, I have to use another computer now. Don't worry. 3A, every term change, okay? Okay, now coming back to our question now. So likewise, with what you see over here, okay, with what you see over here, right? If you get the right ones, right answer, you get 1 mark. If not, it gets carried over. Are we clear? Okay, so, but check. The term test is how many hours? 2.5 hours. Don't come out early. Okay, stay to the end. I'll keep you company. Okay. Okay. Now back to our week 4. Okay. Any other questions regarding marking, grading? You guys are good? Okay. Let's look at homework number 3. Homework number 3. Do you all have? Yes.
Yeah, sorry, you didn't hear me earlier. For the people online, we couldn't see anything of what you were explaining earlier, like because the screen wasn't shared.
I know. It's a different computer.
Oh.
So trust me, by true faith, it's fair. Perfect. I'm sorry, okay? It was in a different computer, but trust me, it's going to be fair. Are we clear?
Perfect. Sure.
Okay, or ask your friends that it will be fair or not. Is it fair? Yeah, it's fair. Hey, it's fair. Okay, they all say yes. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Question 1. Anyone have issue? So, like for example, you ask me, how are we going to attempt question number 1, right? So, what is my expectation? Okay. So we have this. I'm not going to do the whole question, but I'll show you my expectation. Okay, rather than attempt. Come on, Eugene. Seriously, what's wrong with you today? Edit. Okay. You have a question like this coming, right? So I think this question is pretty interesting, right? In a lot of contexts, right? And you will ask yourself, when you write the characteristic equation, if we were to write the characteristic equation, we know that the characteristic equation is mx double dot dot plus by kx is equal to 7 sine 8t. Okay, you have to be very, very careful. This is in terms of what? Force. Yes or no? This is in terms of force. Okay, let me sidetrack you a bit. I deliberately put this homework question in question number 2, right? Hey, is it question number 2? Yeah, this question over here. This question over here, it said that the periodic displacement is what? Delta naught sine omega naught t. One is the force, and the other one is the what? Displacement. So you cannot write, you have to be very observant. I love this question. I cannot elaborate how much. I love this question. Do you understand or not? When I say I love something, oh man, shoot, you guys are not writing down what I love. I love this question. I love it. I cannot explicitly tell you that this question is coming out, but I love this question. Gee, you guys are a difficult crowd today, man. Okay, so you can see that this is in terms of delta. We cannot write, right? We cannot, so is delta, we cannot write mx dot plus by kx is equal to delta naught sine omega naught t. This is what? I want you to observe that. Don't just look at the solution menu. Don't do that. You have to know what? Why? If not, if you guys just follow the solution manual from now on, I'm not going to post a solution manual. You work it out. No, I'm going to help you. Okay, so don't just be so fixated. So what's the problem with this equation? Left hand side is in what? Right hand side is in what? Or millimeter? Yeah.
I'm sorry again. The screen is frozen. Like we can see nothing.
It's the internet.
Oh, it's the internet?
I can hear you. What do you mean the screen froze or you froze? Can you see? What can you see now? Can you tell me?
Like I only see a screen with like that's frozen. Like I can't explain it. It's just like the tabs.
We can only see the files folder. We can't see the notes.
Oh. How is it now?
Yeah, that's better.
Good?
Thank you.
Yeah, tell me earlier. It's embarrassing, you know. Is it okay now?
Yes.
I do apologize. I do apologize. It's not the internet. It's Eugene, okay?
Thank you.
Most welcome. Anything that you cannot see, tell me early, okay? You see where the problem is now, right? So for question 1, this is okay. For question 2, this is not okay, right? Because the left-hand side units is not equal to the what? To the right-hand side. So that is not valid. Okay. So how do you solve a problem like this? Okay. So I'm going to try to use, right, the solution manual, not the solution manual, sorry, the summary formula sheet. Okay. So on the formula sheet, we know that x as a function of time, right, is equal to e minus alpha t bracket c1 cos omega t plus by c2 sine omega t. We know that. This is true for what? Under damped system that is free, not forced vibration. Yes or no? So we know alpha is equal to what? C over 2m, right? So if we were to look at our formula sheet, I did not give alpha. So you have to remember alpha is equal to what? C over 2m. Are we clear? If it's not given, you have to what? You have to remember. Okay? Okay? Come on, C over 2m. I will call you every day, C over 2m, C over 2m. You remember, man. So we know over here, the characteristic equation C is equal to what? 0. E to the power of 0 is equal to what? 1. So from here, we know that x to the power t is equal to C1 cos omega t plus by C2 sine what? Omega t. And this is for under damped system. That is what? Free. So now we come into what? We come into the concept. So this case over here, right? This is what we call our transient state. Okay, we call our transient state. Yes. Say it again. Because under that system, then you have the oscillation, the sine cosine, the trigonometry. Right? If it's critically damped and it's over damped, you don't have the sine cosine system. You don't have the sine. Oh, sorry, I might not answer your question properly. Whether is it under damped or critically damped, it depends on the criteria. The criteria is using what? The criteria is using C squared and what? 4 mk, right? If C squared is greater than 4 mk, you have real roots. And for this case, we call it over damped. Does this answer your question better with the sine and cosine stuff? This is what you mean, right? Right? And then if you let it be equal to C squared is equal to 4 mk, you have repeated roots. Then it is critically damped. And then finally, when you have C squared is less than 4 mk, or hey, no, the other way. C squared is less than 4 mk, then you have conjugate roots. Then at this case is what we call under what? Under damped. Or another situation when you have this case is what? Yeah, more or less asking about the criteria. Am I right? Or I got it wrong? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Right. So from here, we know the equation. So the next one is, how do we know about the force? Right. So if you look at that equation over here, if you go back to your help sheet, right? I provide this formula, x p bracket x sine omega naught t. Can you all see that? Can you all see the non-homogeneous equation? Because when it's a force vibration, the equation is no more homogeneous. Homogeneous means the entire term m d squared over dt squared plus by c dx by dt plus by kx must be equal to 0. But for this case, it's not equal to 0. So the next step you have to do is you have to write down the particular solution. So by looking at so that's why I give the formula for the particular solution. So if you look at the particular solution, it is equal to what? xp or x. Where is it? Hold on. xpt. Okay, we know that xpt is equal to x sine omega naught t. Okay, so all you need to do is to differentiate once. So this is x omega naught cos omega naught t, and then you differentiate it twice. It's equal to x omega naught squared minus sine omega naught t, right? With this, what you do now, you put into your what? You put into your, what is this called? You put into your characteristic equation. Okay, you put into a characteristic equation. So you have M or M bracket. So substitute X double dot P and XP into the character